Hi there, Taurus. Welcome to Dragon Tail Tarot. My name is Ariel, along with Mr. Fire Dragon, here to welcome you to your October 1st through 15th general astrology and tarot reading. First, a few notes before we get started that this is a general reading. It will not resonate with every single Taurus out there in the planet, but if it does resonate with you, those messages are for you. If it does not resonate, kick it on out to another Taurus because it belongs to them. This is going to be corresponding mostly to Taurus Sun, Moon, Venus, and Rising signs, and all Taurus cross watchers are welcome to join us as well. And if you haven't already, please do reach out. Hit that subscribe button, give it the dragon claw up by hitting the like button, and let us know that you enjoyed this video. Also feel free to comment and share with your friends. This is still a very new channel, and I wanted to also give a big thank you to people who have already subscribed, already left comments, and those of you who've reached out for personal readings. It has been such a wonderful welcome to the YouTube community, and it's great to get to know all of you on a deeper level. So let's go ahead and get started with your session. First, I'm going to get into some of your astrological transits that are going to be coming up through this next 2 weeks. We start out with the moon in a waxing cycle, which is very good, very strong positive energy. That's going to be moving into a full moon in Aries. That's going to be on, let's see, on October 13th. Yes, so I will be doing a full moon reading for that, so always check my channel as I do a reading every time there's a full moon. That particular one is going to be in your general house of the 12th of Pisces, so that will be an extra sensitive, very spiritual and emotional full moon for you, Taurus. On October 3rd, Pluto, the planet that rules Scorpio, is going to go direct in Capricorn, which will hit your 9th house of Sagittarius. So don't be surprised, Taurus, if you feel like the forward movement starts to get going. We're coming out of a couple of big retrograde phases. Definitely, if you haven't seen my video about the Saturn direct movement, go back and watch that because I get a little deeper into that. But that's also very positive for you because it's in Earth planets, in Earth signs, and so that is a very, very positive impact on you as well. So then Mercury is moving fast out of Libra into Scorpio on October 4th, and so Venus as well, which is your ruling planet, goes into Scorpio on October 9th. So Taurus, this really gets into a couple of dynamics. To me, part of what this says is that you're going through a lot of healing, and a lot of it has to do with relationships that you've experienced in the past, or if you're in a relationship right now, it also has to do with that. So this really is a time where you have to stop and think, how are my relationships affecting my overall well-being and health? And if I was going to take my relationship to a doctor, would they say, hey, you're looking pretty good? Or would they say, hey, you know, you're doing all right, but you need to eat a little better? Or would they say, hey, you guys are in critical condition, you need a lot of help? So, you know, the thing about the relationships being affecting your health is that all of that Libra energy that we've had has been transiting through your 6th house of Virgo, which is all about health and well-being. So that's why that's coming up as an issue right now. So if your relationship life or relationships in general, whether they're romantic or not, haven't been the healthiest, you've got to check and see, you know, how is that stressing me out? How is that running me down? And is it better if I just take a little step away from these? Or do I jump in there and work harder at them? It's really up to you how you do that. But that's a big thing coming up for you right now. And then as we start shifting up into Scorpio, that starts really highlighting your relationship house. So don't be surprised, you know, after the first week of this month getting into like October 6th and 7th, you start to notice a little more of a shift, you know, towards relationship, and it's a different kind of healing that takes place. Whereas it starts out more physical well-being, this goes into the psychological and spiritual well-being. So Taurus, this is definitely a time where you're going to be doing not only some deep inner work, but also some outer work, because this is you working on that dynamic between you and other people one-on-one, and how they affect you, whether it's a negative or a positive, and if it's a negative, how can we make it more positive? So let's go ahead and get into doing some cards for you. I'm going to pull a few major themes for you first, and then we're going to do a full Celtic Cross tarot spread, and also do a few angel messages. So let's start with these tuning forks. These are for the root, heart, and third eye chakra. And so let's just take a moment to take a deep breath, clear the mind, and get ready for your session. Taurus, very, very nice. So let's go ahead and pull some cards. Dear angels, divine guardians of light, helpers and healers, ancestors, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Taurus as we do their reading for October 1st through 15th. Please protect their energy as well as mine and bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you. Ooh, so like I said, that full moon is going to be a big cycle for you, and it's in your Pisces house. And here's that moon card, which is the representation of Pisces energy, and also, of course, the moon. So this is definitely a big deal for you, Taurus. Definitely check out my video when I get that up about the full moon. Again, that's going to be October 13th, and you will be certainly feeling that energy on a very psychic, spiritual and sensitive level. It has definitely got the power to reveal some big things to you about yourself this time around. And the moon, you know, a lot of the time gets into the reason it has that connection with being delusional or deceptive or illusory is because of the shift, right? Things look a little different at night than they do in the daytime. And so that moon, you know, it's like the things that may seem kind of unusual at night, you know, the next day it's like, whoa, is it really the same? And it can carry that element of not knowing the complete story. So this is about, you know, getting to the heart of some matters for sure. So let's pull up a crystal card and just, I'm going to see what crystal or gemstone is best for you to use this first 2 weeks of October. Ooh, I love that one. Oh, so Taurus, we got the ruby coming up. There is that root and sacral chakra. So to me, this is all about grounding, stabilizing, centering. You are a very deep, grounded, rooted earth sign. So this is really good energy for you. And Taurus, if you've been kind of feeling pulled all over the place, really caught up in your head, this is a time to get connected with the earth, get centered. The ruby as well deals with the sacral and the root. So to me, this is all about finding your passion, finding your purpose, being more creative, having a better creative output. So absolutely a beautiful stone to work with. And I know that sometimes it's possible to actually get like a piece of raw ruby. Those aren't as expensive, obviously, as like a gemstone grade ruby that you'd get in a jewelry store. So yeah, sometimes you can go to like a rock or mineral place. I've got a little piece of raw ruby that I love to work with. So let's pull up an animal spirit card and see what comes up for you here. Ooh, beautiful Taurus. Look at that. Such a strong animal spirit coming out for you for the eagle spirit. And it says, Spirit has your back. I absolutely love that message. And of course, we know that the eagle is a very, very strong energy all throughout many cultures, carries that energy of the Great Spirit, the Great Mystery, the Creator, the being very in touch with the divine, and being very close to that warm, loving heart. So absolutely, if you've been feeling down at all, or you've been feeling like you're kind of hung down, or you just feel so kind of low, it's like this is a big reminder that you're not alone, that Spirit has your back, that the Creator is there with you, and you're not all by yourself. And to kind of keep looking up, keep your chin up, because the eagle is always about going higher, going to that higher mind. So this is a beautiful combination of spirit, earth-rootedness, and that connection to the divine. Absolutely gorgeous, Taurus. So let's start. I'm going to do your tarot spread, and let's just get into what kind of energy works out through this first few weeks of October for you. Okay, Taurus, so wow, you are definitely moving forward both emotionally and spiritually. There's definitely, like I said, I could feel that there's a couple different worries and fears going on underneath, which makes sense. All right, so I'm going to pull from 2 different tarot decks so we can kind of see which energies pile up the most for you. But in the center of your spread, there is that Knight of Cups going forward. So there's definitely an emotional moving forward. Just like I said, it's like, learning about relationships, seeing what works, what doesn't, maybe even reconciling or coming through with, an apology. Either way, whether they're giving one to you or you're giving one to them, could be mutual. Let's pull a clarifying card, please. Yeah, oh wow, so beautiful. Look at this. So the Queen of Pentacles over top of that Knight of Cups. So this isn't just a frivolous, little airy, wispy, romantic offer. This is very solid. This is very stabilizing. To me, this is bringing in that kind of divine masculine, divine feminine energy. Doesn't matter. These are not gender specific, but whatever those energies are, there's that really nice balance of both the feminine and the masculine coming in. So in the back, just the recent past, there's that 3 of Wands. There's the ships coming in. You've been waiting for this, and now over these next 2 weeks, this offer begins to come in. This healing begins to come in, and it's very solid and it's very stable, Taurus. So that's a beautiful kind of energy to be in. And the more that you embrace that union, even if you're not in a relationship and you're hoping for one, or there's somebody you're interested in, it really gives you that feeling like, oh yeah, this is going to be good. This is a really strong bond. These are mostly what I would say definitely water, or the Scorpio, Cancer, Pisces, or you're going to be working with a lot of earth, which is your own sign, and of course then Virgo and Capricorn as well. So then on the lower part of your reading there's that Devil, Taurus. So this is definite Capricorn energy. So there could be a Capricorn very prominent in your life, or this is also something that tells me that you are working through quite a lot of old thoughts, old habits, negative routines that you're wanting to let go of, whether it's obsessive thought, worries, anxieties, addictions, compulsions, etc. The devil a lot of the time gets into those things that are not our true selves, but are simply there because we're not able to cope with some of the heaviness of life and the things that we're going through. So let's see what comes on top of him. Yes, and so for you, wow, so there's definitely some warm recreation energy. It's like you're moving past some of this old roadblocks, these old habits, these negative routines, and there's that King of Fire. So there's that Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, very fiery, very warm. And it really tells me that it's like you're melting through some old pain, some old suffering, and recreating yourself from the inside out there, Taurus. So on the top, we've got the Queen of Pentacles. Very beautiful, doubled up that energy because the Queen of Pentacles is also in the center. So this is a very, very strong earth energy. It's definitely, again, like I said, it's the Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Very divine feminine, very, very grounded, stable, has her work together. I love the fact that in this card there's a bunny right there in the corner, because that little rabbit not only is very magical, but also a big symbol of abundance and fertility, because bunnies have lots of bunnies. So let's see what comes up as a clarifier for this Queen of Pentacles in the higher mind position here. Yes, so Taurus, you're really learning some things on your higher mind is telling you that it's like that's the Queen of Pentacles there, and there on top is the Four of Pentacles. And unlike the Queen of Pentacles, that Four of Pentacles, she's very careful, very guarded, doesn't want to let her walls down, very afraid of scarcity, whereas the Queen of Pentacles is not. Both of them have that earth energy, but one of them is very grounded and stable in her world, and the other is very fearful and very, concerned. So this is really teaching you, Taurus, on that higher mind when it comes to resources, when it comes to how you handle this material world, whether it's through money, objects, how you handle, each thing that comes to you each day materially. Wow. I mean, it's like, it's saying, please don't be afraid, step into your power, get more grounded, get more stable, learn how to balance. You don't have to give away everything in order to be kind and compassionate and gracious. So then going into the immediate future, you have the Star card, very strong Aquarian energy, very higher mind kind of energy, Taurus. And the Star card never comes up unless we have been through quite a bit to get there, because it is kind of that, that sort of like the peak of enlightenment. It's like I've gone through the fire, I've gone through the pain, and now I've come to a really nice, stable, beautiful, pure spiritual balance. Definitely has come out of a lot of, mental cloudiness, sorry, not clarity, but cloudiness, confusion, a lot of false projection. And a lot of the time, Taurus, this tells me as well, you've been really overwhelmed with a lot of choices, like too many choices. It's like too many things at once coming up into your life. So this is, again, to me, seeing that, the Queen with the Miser, and then seeing, the Star with the Seven of Cups. This is like Spirit's really challenging you to take the higher road here, because you could really easily devolve into worry, anxiety, fear, and it's like, don't do that. Don't go there, Taurus. We want you to be, solid. We want you to be grounded and at peace. We don't want you to be in that worried energy. And it's a little bit of a fight. It's kind of like back and forth, back and forth. But let's see what comes up along this side here. Okay, so Taurus, yes, you really have some good stuff coming in with that Ace of Wands. There is that strong, passionate moving forward with Spirit. There's the Queen of Swords. So this is definitely making some strong choices, some very intellectual calls that come from an emotional, intuitive place. Page of Cups. So this is really what you need to know, is that yes, these situations that you're dealing with definitely require kind of an innocent, sweet, compassionate, emotional spirit of, forgiveness, and also of acceptance. So as somebody, like I said, if they come in giving you an apology, or if you come offering one, it's like it has to be from a very true perspective. Because what you really are hoping for here more than anything right now, Taurus, is justice, it's stability, it's balance, all those things that come with this Libra energy that we find ourselves in. Those houses that are going to be highlighted are all about balance and justice, and rebuilding and celebrating and feeling good about it, reconnecting with people in a deep, emotional, creative way. Because, you've got to watch out for this. This is really what the potential is, and you don't want this potential. You don't want to feel beat up, betrayed, defensive, all of that kind of energy that you've been in, or left out in the cold, because you're really not. That's always the thing with that Five of Pentacles. You're really not left out in the cold, Taurus, but you may feel that way sometimes. You may sometimes feel like, you know, nobody likes me, nobody wants me, nobody cares, but it's really, that is your own mental perception, not the reality. So let's pull, as the last bit of advice, an Archangel card and a message for you. Okay, Taurus, so there is Archangel Uriel, which is a bright illuminator. You know what to do. Trust your inner knowledge and act upon it without delay. So there's definitely that inner knowing. You might go back and forth and fight between your head and your heart and, you know, back and forth, but it's telling you clear through the clutter, clear through the fog, because deep down in your heart of hearts, Taurus, you do know what to do. You're not alone, and you're not as small and worried as you might let yourself believe. So let's pull one oracle. And there's listen. Quiet your mind. Yes. And listen to our gentle reassurance that everything has been taken care of. Stay in a quiet, receptive state without worrying about the exact nature of your desire's manifestation. A quiet mind and body hears us quickly and clearly. This is our request to you, is to listen. So what a beautiful resolution kind of to this whole session there, Taurus. So make sure to take time for yourself, balance your head and your heart, and I will be seeing you all very soon. Take care. Bye-bye.